Hi everyone, I'm going to demonstrate secure URL shortening as a service, which is a multi-cloud DevSecOps project. For demonstrating the project, hit the run button of the main py file. At the startup app loads environment, prompts user to pick the environment from AWS, Azure, and GCP. User types in the cloud environment. For instance, in this example, Azure has been typed in. Thereby, it imports the correct DB logic. In the following scenario, Azure database has been connected and cloud database validated based on cloud environment. Post-validation, Swagger UI page will be opened. Select the post shorten option. Input long URL based on provider. A 6-character code would be generated and gets redirected to the user as a short URL. For error handling, I have used custom handlers for DB errors, invalid inputs, and missing codes. Once short URL is generated, I'll download the file. And in similar way, we will execute the program for other cloud environments. Moving ahead, we will test it for AWS cloud environment. Thereby, I will type in the AWS, after which code will import the correct DB logic. At the backend, FastAPI logic is executing, by which it will open the Swagger UI page. Once it will check the DNS settings, as well as it will check for the health and root endpoints. As AWS uses helper function as get URL and insert URL, thereby it takes long URL from the request and depending on the provider, in this case AWS, and generates 6-character code as it hashes the input URL using MD5, then truncates the 6 characters and returns the short URL, which can be downloaded by pressing the download button. Last but not the least, moving ahead with the GCP testing, I have typed in GCP and made an interactive selection of database. As GCP uses helper function and special shortener URL function and checks the health and root endpoints. Post that, it opens the Swagger UI page where we can test shortener URL endpoints by using special GCP native function. As it takes the long URL request and depending on the provider such as GCP, it hashes the input URL using MD5 and then it truncates it to 6 characters code, after which it returns the short URL. Therefore, in a nutshell, I've created a secure portable multi-cloud URL shortener application and placed the code at GitHub repository as well.